Now, if there's one solitary thing I want you all to take away from this review, it's this. MUSUBI, as it literally encompasses all things. Watching anime is MUSUBI. Writing a review for the anime that you just watched is MUSUBI. Talking to your friends is MUSUBI. Being on live streams with friends is MUSUBI. Making fun of your female friend is MUSUBI. Eating a bag of chips, guys, that's MUSUBI. Drinking water to wash down the saltiness of that chip you just ate, that's MUSUBI. Everything is MUSUBI. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, finally here with the review you all have been waiting for me to do, and a film that I have been dying to see for myself, and that's my review on the global smash hit and highest grossing anime film of all time, Kimi no Na wa, otherwise known as Your Name. So Your Name tells the story of Mitsuha and Taki, two high schoolers who one day mysteriously start switching bodies with one another. Confused by this bizarre circumstance at first, they soon get a grasp of their situation and try their best not to ruin each other's lives in the process. But through this weird experience, the two of them form an unlikely bond, their lives forever intertwined to one another through the power of MUSUBI. Now, this film was written and directed by Makoto Shinkai, a very well-known and respected name in the anime community who gave us such marvelous films as 5 centimeters per second, Children Who Chase Lost Voices, and my personal favorite of his, The Garden of Words. This film is also based off of a novel that he himself wrote, which completely took me by surprise. I did not know that he also wrote novels. I mean, this guy is so talented. And when I heard that Shinkai was making another film, I, like many other anime fans around the world, got super excited and could not wait to see what he was going to shoot out next. Because when it comes to Makoto Shinkai, you can always expect a beautifully animated, well-crafted, quality film. And so I finally saw Your Name, and what do I think about it? Well, let's get into the review, shall we? The first and most obvious thing I'm going to praise about this film is its animation. It is drop dead gorgeous looking, and I expect no less from the same man who made The Garden of Words, which in my honest opinion is still one of the most beautifully animated anime films I've ever seen. The landscapes both from the countryside and in the city look breathtaking and marvelous. The colors truly pop out and the character designs are solid. The Japanese voice acting was also great, especially when it came to the two who voiced the leads in the film, as both of them had to capture and emulate the other's inflection and personality when they would switch bodies, and in my personal opinion, they pulled it off. Now you all know how much of a sucker I am to good, well-told romance stories, no matter how cliche or by the numbers they come off to be. So I think it's safe to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the story here in Your Name. Now, I didn't find it to be cliche or by the numbers. It is definitely unique and well-told, and I found it to be very funny and cute. It's like a cutesy anime version of Freaky Friday. One of my absolute favorite moments in the story is the little montage that happens in the middle of the film where Mitsuha and Taki give each other rules on what to do and what not to do while they're in each other's bodies. And seeing them constantly get irritated by the actions of the other person while they're in their body was hilarious to see and so freaking adorable. But as much as the core of the story is a romance, it does go beyond that by having some supernatural elements added to it, as well as a pretty good twist in the middle of the story. Half of it I kinda guessed for myself, but the other half not only took me completely by surprise, but it emotionally rocked me. And that's all I'm gonna say in regards to the twist. And I also got a kick out of the story's concept of everything being connected to each other. What Mitsuha's grandma refers to as, you guessed it, MUSUBI. It's something that I also truly believe in as well, that everyone on Earth and everything on Earth is connected in one way, shape, or form. And it was truly some deep shit. And finally, we have the characters, most of which I found to be very likable and fun. There were some solid supporting characters throughout. I especially liked the friends of Mitsuha and Taki. They all felt like genuine friends, and I really liked Mitsuha's sister, who I thought was just freaking adorable. Both her voice and just the way that she acted throughout the film. Freaking adorable. As for Mitsuha and Taki, as mentioned previously, they're just so cute and charming, both as individuals and as a would-be couple. And their relationship, while hard to buy at first because they didn't really spend much time with each other for me to be convinced that they were forming a strong bond and relationship and romance with each other, it actually slowly grew on me and I started to believe it more and more. I saw it like this. Because they both live each other's lives, they get a full understanding of what the other is like, what their quirks are, what their faults are, their joys, their pains, their strengths, their weaknesses. They get a full understanding of the other person to the point that they kind of fall head over heels for each other. And I bought it. What I'm trying to say is that their relationship is based solely off of an emotional connection that they formed with each other while experiencing the other person's life, which makes their relationship so profound, so deep, and unique, and in my personal opinion, much better than a relationship that's based off of a physical attraction. Now, though I truly adored watching this film, I did have quite a few small issues with it here and there. My biggest issue with Your Name actually deals with one of its main characters, Taki, as I felt like they really slacked on his character when compared to Mitsuha, especially in regards to his backstory, his lifestyle, and his relationship with his family. They were very uneven in this department, as Mitsuha was a far more fleshed out character than Taki, which I thought was kind of unfair because I felt like they were both main characters, so they both should have equal amount of development and screen time, but Mitsuha definitely had more screen time. We learned much more about Mitsuha. We explore her backstory, her relationship with her father, her grandmother, her sister, her friends. We know more about Mitsuha as a character inside and out than Taki. I mean, what do you really know about Taki besides the fact that he can draw, he's, I think, an architect, he works at a restaurant, and he lives in a house, and he deeply cares for Mitsuha. What else do you know about the character? I mean, we don't know what his backstory is. We don't know what drives him as a person, what his relationship is like with his father or with other characters. You do kind of see him go on a date with this one girl in the film, but even that relationship isn't fully explored to the extent that I think it should have been. Not only that, but they completely bypass some of the scenes where Taki is inside the body of Mitsuha. Like, the film opens up where Taki is actually inside of Mitsuha's body, so you think we're gonna see him kind of interact with her family and go to her school and see what that's like and how disastrous that's gonna turn out. But no, it completely bypasses that, and we go to the next day where Mitsuha is back in her body, and I'm like, why did you do that? I guess you're trying to build up the whole suspense of the fact that they switched bodies and stuff. But I think we already know that they're switching bodies. It would have just been cool to see what happened when Taki was in Mitsuha's body, but we don't get to see that. We see more of Mitsuha inside of Taki's body than Taki inside of Mitsuha's body, which I thought, again, was totally unfair. And connecting to that, adding a little MUSUBI into the review, I wish they had more moments of Mitsuha and Taki living each other's lives. I mean, yeah, we do get some moments here and there, and that montage in the middle was cute, nice, hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing it, but I wish they could have extended that a bit more, make it much longer, and explore more things with them living in each other's bodies. It's a unique plot device that's rarely used in film and anime, so why not use it as much as possible? Show more scenes of that. And the final issue I found, and many of you might take this as a nitpick, but for me, it was so distracting and so out of place that it actually sucked me right out of the film. And that was the anime opening style musical numbers throughout Your Name. Now, at first, it did really distract me. I said, okay, they're gonna do that once and they won't do it again. But then they do it a few more times throughout the film, and I'm like, well, am I watching a theatrical film or am I watching an anime series? It just kind of seems out of place to put it in a film than in a TV series. It works best when you're putting it in an anime series, you know, a weekly show, but in a film, it's like, why is it here? Again, I know a lot of you might say, oh, you're just nitpicking, Tony, you're just trying to find problems, but I truly mean it when I say that every time they did an anime opening style musical number in the film, I got sucked out of the film. I'm like, oh damn, it took me out of the experience. It took me out of the moment. It was kind of like what happened in Ocean Waves. Whenever they would play that, it would completely destroy that moment, especially if it was an emotional moment. Same thing here. An instrumental score would have worked better for these scenes. It would have felt more cinematic instead of throwing in a pop song in the middle of the anime and make it stylized like an anime opening. But you know what, guys? Even with all of its faults, and there aren't that many to begin with, Your Name is still a fantastic film with likable characters, a compelling story, and gorgeous animation. And again, I expect no less from Makoto Shinkai. He once again delivers one hell of a film that I highly recommend you guys go check out, anime fan or not. But as always, guys, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to Your Name. I would love to know what you guys thought about the film as well. Did you absolutely adore it as much as I did? Or did you find it really boring, dull, and you couldn't get into it? And let me know, what is your favorite film from Makoto Shinkai? As I stated earlier, my personal favorite is The Garden of Words. Comment below, let me know, and stay tuned. Got more reviews coming your way. I don't know when they're coming out, but I just want to get this one out first, and now it's finally here, so enjoy it as much as you can. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the Black Critic Guy just a smidge more, why not donate to my Patreon account? Link is in the description. And if you'd like to send me a fan letter, send it to this P.O. Box right up here. And if you'd like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome and beautiful video, why not hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, connected to all of you through the power of MUSUBI as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!